one of the many weird things that I do as a gardener is grow Brussels sprouts really early. I tend to start them back in October, or sometimes I'll start them under grow lights in January, and I'll be planting them out in March, and I'll be eating them in May for the leaves. And I find that they're an absolutely delicious leaf crop, and often I think they're much better, well, in fact I always think they're much better than spring cabbages. But the downside of them is that they do tend to look really straggly about this time of year, so about the beginning of July. So what I like to do is pull them before we get to August and replant the bed. There's obviously still loads of time to replant in August with something for autumn and winter and spring. And the process by which you do that is quite important. So for me, the first thing to do is, of course, take the sprout top off the top of the plant. That is like a little cabbage, absolutely gorgeous. It's one of my favourite harvests of the year, and to get that now rather than to get it in November time is a real treat. The second thing that I really like to do is, once you've taken that sprout top off, it stimulates the production of the Brussels sprouts on the stem. But because it's summer and because they're growing so quickly, they don't grow as a tight Brussels sprout. They grow as what some people call a blown sprout, but I don't really like to call them a blown sprout because it kind of has this negative connotation to it. I call them maybe a loose sprout or something like that. And these loose sprouts are absolutely gorgeous. They are so incredibly tender, the leaves. Honestly, I just think they are the best brassica harvest, bar none. I prefer them to everything, you know, really, really lovely. And you get a real profusion, because I like to plant my Brussels sprouts for this early harvest really close together. So I think in this bed, I had something like 18 plants. Not all of them thrived, so maybe we got 12 plants in a square metre that really thrived. A couple of them went to seed and things like that, but still just a great harvest. So a leaf harvest early from May all the way through until now, a sprout top harvest in July, and a loose Brussels sprout harvest all the way through July. And by the time we get to August, I'll have taken those plants out and replanted them. Absolutely worth trying. 3 harvests in next to no time, and such a treat. And so many people have fed back to me that this is, one of the nicest ways to grow Brussels sprouts, especially if you want them nice and early in the middle of summer. Now, if you want more details about how to grow Brussels sprouts like this or any other way, because I do grow them traditionally as well, and I've got really lovely beds of Brussels sprouts that I've just uncovered from their nets actually today, then take a look at my ebook, link down below, and you'll find all the details of all the different successions of Brussels sprouts and different planting densities for different times of year, different varieties for different times of year as well. So my name's Steve, this is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.